Good afternoon. I first wanted to thank everyone that took the time to watch this video today. The video will be reviewing some policies that were recently enacted and clarify some general questions that some people may have. We'll be discussing policy 2022-10, which is the social media use policy, in conjunction with policy 2022-10 FMLA, which is the Family Medical Leave Act. The first policy that we'll be discussing is policy 2022-10, which is the social media use policy. This policy was enacted to set guidelines for social media usage by personnel on the department, both on and off duty. This is also an all-inclusive policy that will include department pages as well as personal pages where they apply. Violations of this policy can result in disciplinary actions from the chief and/or the town, in increments from written warnings, suspension, and all the way up to termination. In the news today, it is hard not to realize the cases of firefighters and departments being fired and or sued for their social media policy violations. For example, in August 2022, there was a Miami-Dade firefighter that was terminated for social media comments he decided to post. This was a clear violation of the social media policy set forth by the Miami-Dade Fire Department. I know some questions will surely arise, and I intend to answer them to the best of my ability. How can this apply to me off duty? If your social media page, you advertise that you're currently employed by the Air Fire Department or wear any identifiable clothing that associates you with the Air Fire Department, whether you post can be seen as a reflection of the Air Fire Department. Can I use my social media while on shift? Yes, you can, but only when there is no other task to complete and after 4 p.m. But remember, keep within the social media policy to protect yourself and the department. The next policy is not a new policy, but a more updated one to fit today's needs. Policy 2022-10 FMLA covers the Family Medical and Leave Act. The purpose of this policy is to elaborate basic situations and reporting guidelines for FMLA, who, how, and when to use it, and how to use it with sick leave. Violating any part of the policy can result in FMLA coverage being denied. It is well known with the department that in the event FMLA is denied, a lawsuit challenging the denial is likely. This policy's scope, guidelines, and reporting all mirrored requirements set forth and enforced by the Department of Labor. At the Air Fire Department, we anticipate questions to arise with this policy. It's a notice that requires for time off. In some situations, we require at least 30 days notice, when in other situations, we require no notice at all. For the 30-day allotted time, we refer to Section 3, subsection 2, stating when and if a leave is foreseeable, employees should try to give the chief of the department a 30-day notification. If the employees do not give the chief of the department a 30 days notice with proper notification, this may delay the starting date of their leave. For example, this would be to take time off after your child is born. This is anticipated. Try and give the chief a heads up when possible. Another question we have is, do we have to use FMLA? The answer is no, to a point. If you have enough paid time off, including sick time and vacation time, to cover your absence, you can use those options with no required notice at all. Just know that we will use your sick time and we'll use your paid time off first. And if you still need more time after that, we will then use FMLA. And another question that we have is, when do I qualify for these benefits? Section 1 of this policy does list requirements to be eligible. That includes being employed by the town of Air for 12 months, or you have worked for at least 1,250 hours over the last 12 months before the leave begins. This is determined according to the FLSA principles set forth by determining compensable hours of work. Just know that it is important that we do follow these policies set forth in our guidelines. If you have any questions, you can certainly reach out to me, the chief, or the training officer of the Air Fire Department. Thank you.